But we are here. Definitely want to talk with the Villains.
We got the Villains in the house.
For those out there that don't know the Villains, they're one of Tampa's finest, one of the elite groups in the area. Been around doing it for a long time. And got a brand new project out called The Neighborhood Heroes. And need to let people know about it, man. Vinny.
First of all, shouts out to Slick, shouts out to Bobby Treacherous.
Word up.
Shouts out to my man Blink King, DJ I Am. Thanks for having us, first of all.
Word up.
Second of all, the Neighborhood Heroes, man, is a long time coming. It's a project that has a lot of different flavors on it. Whether you like hardcore hip-hop, street hip-hop, whether you like to lay back and chill and get blunted, or whether you like to chill with your lady, or whether you like to go to the club or the strip club, if that's what you like. There's something for everybody on that record.
And it's a double disc, right?
Well, the street version is the deluxe edition. That's a double disc version. So if you catch us in the street and you want to purchase a copy, that's a double disc, $15. However, we have the iTunes that we released about a month ago, and that's what the party is for, is to celebrate the digital release. Because on the digital release, there's a few less tracks, but we replaced it with some other songs, and we're about to drop a video next week for one of the singles that wasn't on the original version.
Okay.
So we kind of rebranding it, bringing it back out for the digital release.
Keeping it fresh for the fans,
right.
the diehards that are going to, I need that version too.
Right. Plus, we're going to do a lot of new material for this show.
Okay.
A lot of people think we're going to do a lot of songs that's on this record. We will do a few, but we're going to do a lot of stuff that nobody's really heard. And that's why we're excited for everybody to come out, because
y'all stay making music, huh?
All the time. All day, every day.
And Vinny's got
full of music, man.
two notable solo LPs that are available still out there somewhere.
Well, right, I have the Great LP, which is a solo, and then the Rise of the Villains mixtape, which is me and Maine. Then we have this Neighborhood Heroes, but we're also dropping an album later on this year entitled Villains Day. So later on this year, man, it's gonna get crazy.
Until y'all see that cover.
Is that the AKA Super Villains project?
Nah, man, we're not supposed to talk about that.
Oh, we ain't talking about that.
Oh, they letting it out. Oh no.
Hey, I gotta shout out my man.
Bobby with the leash.
What's up, man? Hey, yeah, that's my dude right there.
I do have a question for you. You mentioned, you know, I was really glad that you said that there's something for everybody on this project.
Right.
And, you know, but what's your take on what we were just talking about with Bobby? Is it, what do you think about positive, negative, balance? Where we at on that?
I'm glad you asked me about that, because I wasn't going to jump in, but you know I'm a very opinionated brother, so I got a lot of stuff to say on that. First of all, I want to say this. Like we said before, life is real. So life is negative and positive. So if you come as an artist trying to be positive, people are going to label you and put you in a lane.
Right.
And then you're going to be in a box. And then anything that you do creatively is going to be measured against that box. And if you don't fit in, you're going to fall off.
Very true.
So the way I approach it is this. If I feel it, it goes out. If I could do it, it's going to be on the track. If I feel like I may have done it or may have been in a situation to do it again, I'm gonna put it on track. That's just how I approach it. It's very real. It's very intimate.
Usually we like the yin and the yang. So if he got the positive thing going on,
you coming for the negative.
The other perspective.
Right.
I mean, because sometimes that's what it is. Everything isn't always black and white. There's a lot of shades of gray.
Definitely.
You guys recently opened up for the Quali. It was DJ Sandman's birthday party. Yep. Quali was headlining it, kind of, birthday present or whatever.
Yes,
how was that experience for you guys? I know you've had a lot of notable openings.
It was good, man. It was good because it was my man's, time to get back on the stage.
Yeah, it was my comeback.
And we did a new track that's gonna be on Villains Day. So if you heard that, Villain State of Mind, you know what I'm saying, you might hear it again.
I might have some bootleg footage. I didn't know you were releasing something debut.
Shout out to International Sandman.
Yes.
International Sandman, International
Shouts
Dynasty.
out
We
the
see
Dynasty,
you.
Sandman. Hey, man, y'all do it up out there, man. I love seeing Tampa Bay represent, man. I love that.
I think they've been to Gothenburg, Sweden? They've been to France already.
Right.
Doing it up. Salute to them.
And I love the fact that they keeping the people right here in Tampa informed as they keep going.
Right.
It's like they took us with them. I love that. That's really dope.
Yeah.
Got to see the backstage food and everything.
Word up.
The in the club basketball game.
Yeah.
Getting flicked off in the 7-Eleven. I ain't even had 7-Eleven over there.
I didn't know that either.
Where's the brother Idris at tonight?
Well, brother Idris is at home, but yeah, you know, we are holding it down. You know, just us two.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because there are 2 other, you know, members of the camp, Semi and
well, there's a lot more members to the camp. Yeah. Face Down is, you know, my brother, which is Semi, young Semi.
Yeah.
We also have my man Big Smoke, Cuzzo Smoke. He's here today. We also have my brother Cuddy Bree. That's also family. My cousin Hostile, Wise. And this is just my family. This is my crew. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And
like
of course, my man Solomon, of course. And even though most of them, you know, don't care to, you know, be on the front page rhyming all the time, don't step to them. They'll eat you.
Okay.
Got skills.
Really, straight up.
No doubt.
We got
For
some
real. Like my man Solomon, you look at him, you think he's just a, you know, a regular guy. Just a regular white guy.
Right.
Step to him if you want to. You get ate up.
Hurt.
Right up.
Well,
Get your
and
feelings
look,
hurt.
you know, I'm glad that you talked about that and that you talk about your family being involved, but not just that, but the facts that they got bars. Because one of the things that I really love about your music is that it is that official boom bap.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
when I listen to it, I'm like, man, these brothers obviously have been at this for a minute, because it reminds me of the true essence of what hip hop is.
Yeah.
And it surprised me when you told me that you were originally you're from
Tampa,
here,
yeah.
from Tampa.
That's
right.
You
And so-
automatically assume he's New York or something.
exactly. And so
And you know, I want to touch on that really quick. A lot of my brothers that I came up with, that I grew up with in my lifetime, are from different areas. Also, a lot of the people who grew up in Tampa with me don't even sound like what the typical juke sound of Tampa is. Everybody don't talk like, hey, good, I'm talking about everybody don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real.
You're right.
What part of Tampa y'all from?
I'm from out in the country. I'm from Sefner, Florida.
Okay. Hey, stand up.
You know what I'm saying? Sefner, stand up.
What up, football?
Right, I'm from the east side, man. East side of Tampa. Also, I used to spend a lot of time in Claremont, 43rd, you know what I'm saying, on the east side. I'm an east side brother, but, you know, it don't matter where you from, as long as you have the same mind state, that progressive mind state. That's why I don't ever want to represent something in my music that's not progressive. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be put in the box with, you know, coon buffoonery rap, because that's not what we do.
thank God for that.
Wow.
Oh man, because, and I'm so glad you said it just that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you know, I think that a lot of hip hop is getting that rep. Right. Is getting the rep for being coonery, buffoonery.
Right.
And there's so much more to it than that. There's so much artistry. There's so much culture. There's so many people that's really representing well for the culture and for themselves. You know what I mean? So I'm real glad that you addressed that, man.
And for some reason, the buffoonery gets get put on blast. Yeah, it gets the attention. It get, you know,
a lot of them cats hustle hard, man.
Yeah, it's true.
Another thing
The hip
too.
hop, and I think I'm gonna say this real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Some of the core hip hop fans don't support what they like.
That's real.
They don't buy it, so you can't expect to hear it if you don't buy
If
it.
you like Redman and Method Man or somebody like that, you know, brothers that's been in the game for a long time doing it, then go out, buy their albums, go to their shows, you know. And that's the problem. A lot of times dudes can't sell records. No. So companies ain't really gonna work with you and give you opportunities. You can't sell records.
Well, can I ask you this then? Because just prior to the show, Bobby and I were talking about the fact that my man 50 Cent done took his camp away from Interscope,
right,
and has gone indie, right? And is that about not? I mean, it's been 5 years since we had a 50 Cent album,
major album. Yeah.
It just makes sense.
Yeah.
It
Otherwise,
just makes sense.
They have a piece of everything. Otherwise,
I mean, it's like LeBron going to the Heat. It's the same thing. It's like you see your future and you taking advantage of your own future and not let anybody dictate the terms.
Yeah, if you have the ability and the leverage to do it, why
and
not?
if you already have that type of stardom, oh my God, that's
you could kill it.
We definitely want to get back to talking with the Villains real quick. The Neighborhood Heroes, it is available online, digitally.
iTunes.
Oh,
there you go.
There you have a mic.
Oh, there we go. All
In the game.
It's online. It's available on iTunes, Google Play if you got an Android phone. It's on Rhapsody. It's on iHeartRadio, Shazam.
I actually have a question.
MP3.com, Amazon. It's on all those.
Because I know you guys have just kind of added it on there. Is Beats Music? Have they offered that as a platform now already?
Actually,
for indie artists? Or?
Actually, Beats Music is added on. It's something that you have to go through an additional process to do.
Okay.
But I'm willing to do that, so we are working on getting on that. But we're actually on something called Gavera, which is actually out in Australia. We have some things going on in the Netherlands.
Now, is this the first project or the first collection of songs you've had digitally distributed?
Yes.
And what are the experiences and the feedback, or what's it been like so far?
Well, I've gotten a lot of good feedback. As far as the full complete numbers, I don't know yet, because the album was released on January 28th.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know this. With iTunes and with some of those other digital release companies, they actually report quarterly.
Right.
So I won't know until the end of the quarter really how successful it's been for us, but we've gotten a lot of good feedback from people saying they definitely are gonna go get it. So
the hard copies are more for the hustle. On the street, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Gotcha.
Digitally, you can reach a lot more people.
Indeed. Can I ask a question about that?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You know, I've struggled with that myself. You know, I have I think I'm up to 60 mixtapes online now, right?
Right.
And so, but I don't have that equal number in hard copy, because, you know, a lot of folks, I just don't see them bumping CDs, and they, you know,
game's changing.
The game is changing. I see a lot of cell phone usage, a lot of, you know, iPod or whatever mechanism they use to stream MP3s or stream online, but
they don't have those big CD books anymore.
Is it still worth it to press them up like that? I mean, shout out to everybody that do press, but I'm just asking.
It is worth it to a certain extent. I think that for shows, it's awesome. Yeah, if you got people in the building, there's nothing more. Nothing builds fanship more than having that connection with the artist.
Yeah.
Like if you open up my album, you see full digital colors of us. It just gives you more information about who we really are. You see the thank yous. You get, it's an experience. Because you know, I'm from that era of 90s hip hop where that's how we used to do it.
Yeah.
When that new Biggie album came out, when the Jay-Z came out, you go by, you rip that plastic off.
You want to know who produced,
right?
Boy.
You even, and keep it real, you even smell the booklet. You put it to your nose because it's crispy.
That fresh news.
Smell it crispy, right? And that's the experience that I still want some of my fans to get. Now, if I can't get to you right there, I want to make sure that you have an avenue to get it, though.
Yeah, exactly. And I've said this before, that CDs probably are not, in my opinion, are not going to get be obsolete for at least another 10 years. For that reason, that people still want something to hold on to, and something in their hand to say, "Oh, this is."
I walked away with something.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And you know, Big J Big J Music Group, salute to him. He just mentioned that he went to a showcase and nobody gave out CDs, and he was looking for someone to give a CD because he was going to give them something as a surprise giveaway, and got nothing. So it's interesting that, you know, a bunch of artists lost that opportunity because they didn't take the time to press up.
Right.
We were in Atlanta at the A3C. That was a big, you know, step up that we had. We had the hard copies available. We was able to hand them out, and we made a lot of connections. So,
but don't get it twisted. It is an investment. I mean, it's not super cheap to press up CDs neither.
Right.
I mean,
and the way they packaged it up was not. I'm sure was not a cheap avenue at all, because they went all the way with it.
Not at all. But see, here's the thing: you gotta set levels. You gotta set standards, and you gotta break your own standard. You know what I'm saying? If I would have went back and did a cover like I did on the mixtape, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, this is cool."
Right.
But because they seen it, like, "Wow, I want to buy this." If you put it on the ground, and this is a good barometer of what your cover is. If you put your CD on the ground with 30 other CDs, and somebody walks by and they don't see yours in the first 5 seconds, then your cover is whack. I'm just keeping it real.
Okay.
That's how you got to do it when it comes to presenting your, because you have so much competition. You don't know locally, and I don't even just think locally. I think nationally and internationally.
Globally now.
How many other people out there, you know, doing music like this, even with awesome talent? You know what I'm saying? So
you got to package it right.
Right.
So you got the release party is a week from tonight.
Right, February 28th at Crowbar. Doors open at 9.
Okay.
Got Mike Mass in the building.
Right.
Kino
My man
Sabi.
Kino, of course.
OP Soup on the table.
Did I see a special guest, Mason Kane?
Oh,
Mason
you
Kane
sure
coming
did.
through.
I saw
you
that.
Sure did.
Salute
Mason
Kineticism.
Back, man.
Shout out to my man Mason Kane, man. Shout out to my man Laws too, man. I tried to get Laws to come out, man. That was one of my missions. You know, that's my dude right there. Me and Laws go back, but you know,
it's hit or miss.
He could, you know, he just said, he told me that you know, maybe at another time. It just wasn't a good time for him. So
shout out to LA the Craftsman too.
Definitely.
Go ahead,
some boys work hard out there.
We got a caller right now.
We have a caller.
So let's check it out. Pirate Radio Invasion, you're live on the air. Keep it clean.
Keep it clean. This is El Presidente. What's good with y'all?
Yo,
hey,
El
Head Knocker fam, what up?
Yeah, son. I'm listening to y'all. I'm talking about pressing up CDs. Son, I put my CDs in cardboard boxes, bro. What's good?
Anything to get it to the people.
Hey, that's what it is.
Shout out to Head Knocker fam.
What's up? What's up? Who's that?
Bobby T.
Man, everybody's here, man. You're missing out. We got As One Awards As One Promotions in the building.
Yeah, I saw that. So y'all got a full house. I figured I'd call us. What up? I'm in the studio. I'm working, so I just figured I'd call in during a little break. I got, I'm on my cloudy break.
How's that El Presidente album coming along?
Ooh, the mixtape is bananas. The album's even going to be even more bananas. But the mixtape's mostly lyrical. The album's more like epic production and epic action and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Epicness.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, salute to you. Salute to Solo 350. I know you just dropped a new tape. And also to the rest of the guys. I know you guys work hard out there. Stay busy.
All right, man. Just want to say what up.
Head Knocker.
Head Knocker.
All right, peace.
Hey, let me ask you a question since El Presidente brought it up. You know, I had a conversation with an artist recently, and a lot of people, man, they keep with the mixtape as opposed to the album. Right. And you mentioned just a minute ago that, you know, you come from the era of the 90s. My thinking from that era was that the mixtape was supposed to be the sampler before the album, right? That was going to be the warm-up, the piece that was going to make you say, oh, I got to cop that album. Now, that is the album.
Yeah, now
is that something that we need to change, or where y'all stand on that?
My personal opinion, I think a lot of people do mixtapes because they don't. You gotta hustle and get them beats, man. There's a lot of producers out there that got some hot beats that are unsigned that you can work something out with, that you can make something just as good as something you may have heard on the radio.
We got a handful of them in the building.
So,
I think people use the mixtape as a press kit, if you will, to display that they can actually hang with the type of production that the industry has to offer.
But you can still find
However, a lot of artists get lost in the mixtape game, and what I mean by that is they start offering better material on their mixtape than on their album. I've seen it happen with Freeway, for example. Good example. He had the hardest mixtape I think I had ever heard to that point. Almost his mixtape was so raw. And then I bought the album, awesome production, and it was just, he was just, wah, wah. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that if you're going to put out mixtapes and you're going to put out albums, make sure you have an album to actually,
I think,
promote. For sure.
But once again, let the people know where they can find all the music, where they can find you on social media, and you know.
Well, you can find us at Die Vinny plus main equals the Villains. That's Facebook. Also Die_Vine is how they spell it, but it's pronounced Vinny.
Okay.
That's at Twitter. You can also find us on SoundCloud, which is soundcloud.com/VillainsMusic813.
Right.
You can also find us on YouTube, Villains813. We're on there as well. Google Plus. We're on there as well. iTunes is where you can get the music. Google Play, Amazon Music. Also, we're on thisis50.com, Vlad TV, also DJ Boo, and also what was the name of that website? The blog site that was real big with WordPress.
BigLinePromo.com.
Big Line Promo as well.
My man Big Line.
We're actually on As One Promo as well.
Yeah, he working with us right now.
Look at that.
Yes, sir. So, you know what I mean? That's what it is. Go and get it. Please, if you like good music, go get it.
Release party next week. That's 1 week from tonight at Crowbar in Ybor City.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And
We'll have
time the
t-shirts.
doors
We'll
open?
have t-shirts
I
there.
was just about to say that the 100th person,
We'll have t-shirts.
the 100th person to enter the building will get a free T-shirt. So
I like that.
I'm gonna wait outside the door at 1.
I'm gonna have a clicker and everything. All right, we're rocking with the Villains. Keep it locked right here. We got.